Hello students, here we will discuss important questions from chapter number 19, excretory products and their elimination. Question number 1, longitudinal section of kidney is shown here. After studying this diagrammatic structure of kidney, identify A, B, C and D. This is part A of the question. See the diagram. A is medullary pyramid of the kidney. B is calyx part, C is renal pelvis and D is the cortex of the kidney. Part B, name the region of kidney where Bowman's capsules of nephrons are present. Nephrons are actually functional unit of kidney and Bowman's capsules of nephrons are located in the cortex region of kidney. Part C of question number 1. Two types of nephrons are present in the kidney. Name them and write their locations. Two types of nephrons are number 1, cortical nephrons. किडनी में मैक्सिमम नेफ्रॉन्स कॉर्टिकल नेफ्रॉन्स होते हैं. इनकी लोकेशन डायग्राम में देखिए पॉइंट 1 कॉर्टिकल नेफ्रॉन्स को शो कर रहा है. These nephrons are located in the renal cortex and Bowman's capsule of the nephrons is found in the outer cortex, while short loop of Henle extends very little in medulla. Means loop of Henle बहुत छोटा होता है और इसका थोड़ा सा पार्ट ही medullary region में extend करता है in cortical nephrons. Second nephrons are juxtamedullary nephrons जो डायग्राम में सेकेंड पॉइंट पर शो हो रहे हैं. किडनी में बहुत कम juxtamedullary nephrons होते हैं and their loop of Henle is long which runs deep into medulla. Question number 2. Filtration occurs from glomerulus into Bowman's capsule of Malpighian body जो डायग्राम में दिखाया गया है. पार्ट ए ऑफ द क्वेश्चन आइडेंटिफाई कीजिए ए, बी, सी एंड डी को. ए इज एफरेंट आर्टीरियोल, बी इज इफरेंट आर्टीरियोल, सी इज Bowman's capsule and D is proximal convoluted tubule. B part of the question, what GFR stands for? What is its value in healthy human being? GFR is glomerular filtration rate. This is the amount of filtrate formed by kidney per minute and its value in healthy human being is 125 milliliter per minute, that is 180 liters per day. C part of the question, what is the driving force for glomerular filtration? Blood pressure in the glomerular capillaries is the driving force for glomerular filtration. Part D of question number 2. Name the layers that form the filtration membrane in a nephron. Filtration membrane has 3 layers. डायग्राम में देखिए नंबर 1 है एंडोथेलियम ऑफ ग्लोमेरुलर कैपिलरीज, नंबर 2 इज epithelium of Bowman's capsules and cells of this epithelium are called as podocytes, and number 3 layer है basement membrane which is present between the two layers. Part E of the question, why glomerular filtration considered as ultrafiltration? क्योंकि almost all the constituents of plasma except proteins are filtered, it is called as ultrafiltration. Question 3, part A. Name the types of cells that line the inner surface of proximal convoluted tubule or PCT. Bowman's capsules proximal convoluted tubules में open होते हैं and PCT is lined by simple cuboidal brush bordered epithelium that increases the surface area of absorption. Part B, question 3. How proximal convoluted tubule helps in maintaining pH and ionic balance of body fluids? Proximal convoluted tubule helps in maintaining pH and ionic balance of body fluids by selective secretion of hydrogen ions, ammonia and potassium ions into filtrate and by absorption of bicarbonate ions from the filtrate. Part C. How does descending limb of Henle's loop differ from ascending limb in permeability of substances? See the ascending limb of Henle's loop in the diagram. Ascending limb is permeable to electrolytes but impermeable to water. While check the descending limb now. It is permeable to water but impermeable to electrolytes. Part D, question 3. Urine becomes hypertonic as it flows through descending limb and it becomes hypotonic when passes through ascending limb of loop of Henle. Justify. जब यूरिन डिसेंडिंग लिम्ब ऑफ हैनलेज लूप से पास होता है तो वह हाइपरटोनिक हो जाता है, मीन्स कंसंट्रेटेड हो जाता है, बिकॉज डिसेंडिंग लिम्ब इज परमिएबल टू वाटर बट नॉट टू सॉल्यूट्स. दैट इज वाई देर इज लॉस ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम दिस सेगमेंट टेक्स प्लेस विच मेक्स द फिल्ट्रेट हाइपरटोनिक. वाइल जब यूरिन असेंडिंग लिम्ब ऑफ लूप ऑफ हैनलेज से पास होता है तो वह हाइपोटोनिक हो जाता है, मीन्स डाइल्यूट हो जाता है, बिकॉज ascending limb is permeable to solutes but is impermeable to water. That is why there is loss of sodium chloride takes place from this segment which makes the filtrate hypotonic. Question 4, Part A. Draw neat and labeled diagram of a nephron. Draw the diagram as shown in the figure. Part B. Name the part of nephron where active absorption of glucose, amino acids, sodium ions, etc. takes place. Proximal convoluted tubule में glucose, amino acids, sodium ions, etc. का active absorption होता है. Part C. Name the part of nephron which helps in maintaining high osmolarity of medullary region. It is loop of Henle of nephron जो medullary region में osmolarity को मेंटेन रखने में हेल्प करता है. पार्ट डी. अ पार्ट ऑफ नेफ्रॉन responsible for conditional reabsorption of sodium ions and water. It is distal convoluted tubule of nephron जहाँ से sodium ions and water का conditional reabsorption होता है. Question 5, Part A. Mention 2 factors or reasons for the increase in osmolarity of filtrate from cortex to the inner medullary interstitium. 2 reasons are: number 1, the proximity between the Henle's loop and vasa recta, Henle's loop और vasa recta का पास होना. Number 2, the counter current mechanism in the above 2 parts means movement of filtrate in Henle's loop and movement of blood in vasa recta are in opposite direction. These are the 2 reasons for the increase in osmolarity of filtrate from cortex to the inner medullary interstitium. Part B. Give the values of osmolarity of filtrate in the nephron in number 1, the cortex, and number 2, inner medulla respectively. Osmolarity of filtrate in cortex part of nephron is 300 milliosmoles per liter and in the part of nephron towards inner medulla is 1200 milliosmoles per liter. Part C. Mention the substances that exit from tubules in order to maintain a concentration gradient in the medullary interstitium. See the diagram. यूरिया एंड सोडियम क्लोराइड सब्सटेंसेस हैं जो ट्यूब्यूल से निकलते हैं इन द मेडुलरी इंटरस्टिशियम और हेल्प करते हैं इन मेंटेनिंग द कंसंट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट इन दिस रीजन. Question 6. The kidneys have built-in mechanism for regulation of glomerular filtration rate or GFR. One such mechanism carried out by juxtaglomerular apparatus or JGA is shown in the following flow chart. Fill in the blanks A, B, C, D, E and F in the flow chart. Read the flow chart and fill the spaces. The juxtaglomerular cells release renin. When there is a fall in A, which is glomerular filtration rate or GFR, or low pressure of B, glomerular blood in the body. Next column पर आइए. Renin converts C, which is angiotensinogen in the blood, to angiotensin 2. Third column, angiotensin 2 also activates D, which is adrenal cortex, to release E, which is aldosterone. Finally, fourth column पर आइए. It raises sodium ion and water reabsorption and causes the rise in F, which is blood pressure and glomerular filtration rate. So in this way you can fill all the points A to F. Question 7. Mammals / humans can excrete hyperosmotic urine or hypoosmotic urine depending on the availability of water in the body. The regulation of kidney functioning is under neural and hormonal control. Now answer part A. Where are the osmoreceptors located in the body? Osmoreceptors are located in the hypothalamus. Part B. Mention any two factors that activate osmoreceptors. Osmoreceptors are activated by changes in the number 1 blood volume, number 2 body fluid volume, and number 3 ionic concentration. Part C. Name the hormone secreted under water scarcity. Mention the two ways in which it acts. वाटर की स्कैर्सिटी होने पर एंटी डाययूरेटिक हार्मोन और वेजोप्रेसिन रिलीज होता है फ्रॉम हाइपोथैलेमस. हाउ दिस हार्मोन एक्ट्स? नंबर 1, it induces water reabsorption by distal convoluted tubule, and number 2, it constricts the blood vessels, which increase the blood pressure and thereby glomerular filtration rate. Question 8. Terrestrial animals are generally either ureotelic or uricotelic, not ammonotellic. Why? Terrestrial animals ammonotellic नहीं होते हैं because ammonia is highly toxic and it has to be eliminated as rapidly as it is formed. But land animals have an integument that is impervious to gas exchange. Also, ammonia requires a large amount of water for its elimination, but land animals do not have access to large volume of water for its elimination. Now, check the examples of different categories of animals. Examples of ammonotellic animals are bony fishes, aquatic insects, and aquatic amphibians. Examples of ureotelic animals are mammals, terrestrial amphibians, and marine fishes. And examples of uricotelic animals are reptiles, birds, land snails, and insects. Question 9. Name the excretory organs in the following organisms. Number 1. Crustaceans like prawns. They have antennal glands or green glands which have excretory function. Number 2. Earthworm. It has nephridia which remove the waste and also maintain fluid and ionic balance. Number 3. Cockroaches. They have Malpighian tubules which help in removal of nitrogenous waste and also help in osmoregulation. Number 4. Amphioxus, and number 5. Planaria. They have protonephridia or flame cells which are mainly concerned with ionic and fluid volume regulation. Question 10. Fill in the blanks appropriately. Number 1. Atrial natriuretic factor or ANF can cause. It causes vasodilation and thereby decrease the blood pressure. Number 2. Dash is the process of voiding urine from urinary bladder. It is micturition. Number 3. The inflammation of glomeruli of kidney is technically termed as glomerulonephritis. Number 4. The pH of human urine is approximately, it is 6.0. Urine is slightly acidic in nature. Number 5. The metabolic disorders diagnosed by analysis of urine, glycosuria and ketonuria, are metabolic disorders which can be diagnosed by analysis of urine. Number 6. Condition where urea accumulates in blood. This condition is called as uremia. Number 7. Renal calculi are the stones or insoluble mass of dash formed within kidney. These are the insoluble mass of crystallized salt like oxalates. Question 11. Explain why hemodialyzing unit is called artificial kidney. As you know that the function of kidney is to remove the nitrogenous waste from the blood. Similarly, a hemodialyzing unit does the same function as that of the kidney, that is, the removal of nitrogenous waste from the blood when the kidney of the patient failed to function properly. Hence, it is called as artificial kidney. So, that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.